Warning: the following audio podcast may include language of an adult, nonsensical, repetitive, and quite frankly, moronic nature. On the plus side, if you watch the video version, you get to see two sexy motherfuckers. Enjoy the show.
Thank you, Agent State Farm.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Cut. Hey, Arnold, I'm hearing neighbor. It's neighbor.
That's what I said. Neighbor.
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 Hey, let's go again.
And now, coming to you live from the tri-state area and San Francisco, California, it's the best part of Wednesday, Waffle Box, with your hosts, Mike Fish and Kush Hayes.
Welcome to Waffle Box, the podcast where we talk about anything, everything, and nothing all at the same time. Coming up on episode 137, we break down all of the fantastical and jazz hands commercials and movie trailers from this weekend's Las Vegas Mega Bowl. Plus, Kush is going to be talking about Lisa Frankenstein. This week's movie review. I am Mike Fish, and I am joined, as always, by the main man from San Fran. It's Mr. Kush. Hey, Kush, how you doing, buddy?
Happy Valentine's Day, y'all. Kush Hayes here. Episode 1-3 of the Waffle Box. It's the original Waffle Box. You've accepted no substitutes. It is the best part of Wednesday, the best part of Valentine's Day. Coming to you from the future home of Super Bowl 60. You love us because we do this, and we do this because we love you. Producer Lathan, what's up?
Happy hump day, fellas. I don't know about you guys, but I'm still feeling sore from the Mega Bowl game on Sunday. I figured I'd have some fun with it and take a shot every time they showed Taylor Swift on screen. However, it backfired tremendously, and I blacked out before kickoff.
Yeah, you probably would have got alcohol poisoning if you hadn't blacked out. So you and I were texting during the game, Mike.
We was.
And I swear only during the second half when the Chiefs were actually like progressing, I swear I only saw her about, I think 8 was the final count. However, someone I follow on Facebook that I've known for a while, they had the tally up to 35 by the end of the game.
Well, it depends if they're including the pre-show stuff, because there was
that
a
I don't
lot of Swiftie in the pre-game show, which I get. I'm not one of these haters. Like, I get, obviously they probably had a lot more people watching it because of the Taylor Swift effect. So they had like a sit-down interview with Travis Kelce discussing the relationship.
I saw that video. That's embarrassing.
Oh my God. And then what was really hilarious, which bless him, when they were talking about like how much Travis Kelce can impact the game, one of them introduced, okay, let's talk about Taylor Swift's boyfriend. Oh, they introduced him as Taylor Swift's boyfriend.
Ooh, double embarrassing.
Which, I mean, he is, but
yeah, but
he's the Chiefs tight end.
Yeah, I like you, Mike Fish. I'm not a hater. Like I what I don't understand, and I actually do relate with the rest of the football fans, whether they're taking it the right way or the wrong way. That's up to the beholder. But like, there are other people on that team in relationships. There are other men on that team with wives, girlfriends. A couple of them actually might be a celebrity or two. I really don't know, but yeah, just like she has to be getting some kind of compensation for this, right?
Surely at this point.
Like it'd be weird if she wasn't.
But it was
they lean hard into it.
As the night got further on and more alcohol was consumed by yours truly, and like a little bit looser and things like that. I must admit, I did start getting annoyed at it all. Not again. I want to put a disclaimer out that I have zero issue with Taylor Swift. All she's going to her boyfriend's playing in the Super Bowl. She's attending.
Yeah. She was sitting with
what
the
do you want
people.
her to do? Right. So she's not the one with a button. I'm assuming she's not, but she's not sitting with a button with like, right, cut to me now. Like it's the NFL doing this. It's the networks doing this. So I have zero issue with Taylor Swift. But it's like you said, she kind of vanished off the planet when some of the Chiefs weren't doing so well. So I was like, when I was texting you, I was like, come on, let's have some fun with this. Let's show her when the Chiefs fumbled and lost the ball. show her then. Show her what her reaction is then. I want to,
Mhm.
spice it up a bit. That's what I'm saying.
It is really weird. Again, like this Travis Kelsey is before last night was already a Super Bowl champion. Yes. Like that we should be
Correct.
talking about that feeling, being back in the game for a second year in a row. What accomplishments he's actually had on the field. And instead we're like, so think you two are gonna get married? Come on,
Yeah.
no, talk to us.
You're gonna have some babies?
Did y'all kiss? Like, what are you doing?
Have you bumped uglies yet?
Yeah, you guys holding hands? What's going on? Like, stop that shit. This is fucking embarrassing. Like, I'm embarrassed for both of them. Not at them. Like, this has to be. If we're annoyed, how annoyed are they?
You have to, because there was it the championship game, the AFC championship game, or it was one of those before where the camera panned to Taylor Swift, and you could, you don't have to be much of a lip reader, where she kind of like mouthed, "Can you leave me alone?" Like,
Ooh.
fuck off, which I get.
Hey, I respect the hell out of that.
So yeah, just stop. But there are certain people who are like getting all super upset about it, and we're gonna boycott the NFL. No, you're not.
I don't know, man. The fat guy without his shirt who painted himself red and gold, which could be either team's color, by the way. Think about him. He went through all that trouble, and now he's not getting the camera time he normally gets.
Think of the little
What
guy.
the hell?
Think of the little guy.
It was also crazy to find out, like, for the first time in 58 years, the Super Bowl was finally in Las Vegas. You'd thought they would have been there like decades ago.
Oh, have they ever had a team there?
No, but they don't have to have a team there. They just have to have a building.
I guess.
I mean, to be
But
fair,
has the Super
they
Bowl
didn't
ever
have
been
any
hosted
teams there before like 5 years ago. So
Has a Super Bowl ever been hosted in a stadium that wasn't an NFL stadium though? I don't think
that's
so.
a great question. I'm going to probably defer to no. So
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that in a sport with a world full of firsts, guess what? One more first. This is the first time we're coming here from a soccer stadium. First time Super Bowl's being played at a bingo parlor. Like, they can do anything they want.
Like,
Go
whilst
crazy,
bingo's going on.
Be the most expensive tickets of the the 50 people that could get in would have to pay like $1 million each.
And like every time they score a touchdown, they start celebrating. You just get some old woman like
combing her troll doll hair, stamping her card.
And the Kansas City Chiefs score touchdown. That's B17. B17. I don't know, but that was happening. But I was just talking about soccer stadiums. I was wondering, I'm surprised because they could probably, because it'd be a big. I mean, it is always a big event, but I'm surprised they haven't looked at doing a Super Bowl in London.
I have a feeling
realistically, I mean, you
that.
could start the game at what, like 7:30, and it's still like half decent sun on the East Coast. Sure, the West Coast gets screwed a little bit. It's like a morning Super Bowl, but I'm sure it wouldn't stop people from watching.
If the people in Hawaii can do it, so can the folks in California. It'll be okay.
Because like
Wyatt
Wembley,
really gets screwed on that,
Wembley's like
by
a
the way.
90,000 seat stadium.
There you go.
Think of the money they'd make.
Yeah. I'm 100% sure the NFL has been working on trying to get a Super Bowl to the United Kingdom or a Tokyo or where all these exhibition games that they've been doing the last couple of years, Barcelona, like I'm 100% sure someone's trying to get a Super Bowl in those buildings.
It's testing the water.
And then it truly would be finally the global game it declares it is, despite the fact it doesn't have the world champions. Anyway, congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs from a 49ers fan. You guys gave us a hell of a fucking game, dude. Fucking hey, dude. Like, overtime, like, I thought it was maybe the first time they've ever been to overtime, but it was like maybe the 28th. But still, dude, great goddamn game, even with the loss on our end.
It went to doubled overtime. First time in, I think that would be only the second time that's happened.
Did we go to double OT again? Uncle Kush had a couple.
No, we
pops
could have
in there.
done it.
Oh,
'Cause
could
I
have.
think the Chiefs scored with like 30 seconds to go. I think in the
Okay.
overtime one.
Dig it.
But yeah, we'll talk a little bit about the game, but just to kind of give you a heads up, if you do want to hear us talk about the actual X's and O's in the game itself, tune in to Microdose this Friday, where I'll be joining Mr. Hayes and actually break down the game. But yeah,
What we can remember of it.
yeah, but I will say, little spoiler alert, I am going to talk about my conspiracy theory. Because you know how they keep saying, hashtag NFL bogus, NFL scripted and things like that.
I don't know that, but okay. I imagine they do.
But it was one of, obviously, I don't believe the NFL was scripted because the amount of people that would need to be involved in that shit's coming out at some point.
My biggest argument every time I hear the finals have been rigged.
Or the moon landings. Sorry, at this point, if that was faked, we'd have heard something by now. But anyway, it doesn't matter. But to not help their case, right towards the end, when the 49ers were up by 3, I can't remember what the exact score was at the time, but all of a sudden, like the Chiefs had the ball, and then the announcer said, well, if they score a field goal now, the Chiefs can win it with a touchdown. And then it suddenly went to overtime and the Chiefs won it with a touchdown. It was like, oh, that was pretty... Because technically, the 49ers could have won it with a touchdown as well. But they said the Chiefs could win it. And so it's like...
well, I mean, they're
not saying it's scripted, but you're not helping by saying shit like that.
They've seen 10,000 hours of the game, so they've seen every possible lock combination that can be. Yeah, I bet there's very few things that go like, wow, I've never seen that before. So when they say like, yeah, man, the Chiefs can win with a touchdown, like that's in their brain, I think that's just the obvious conclusion. Like the team who scores the most will win. That's coming on that angle.
Absolutely. So yeah, check that out. Microdose. Got a postnet.family this Friday, where myself and Kush break down the Las Vegas Mega Bowl. But now let's dive into the real important stuff. Let's talk about the commercials and the movie trailers that came out. Even though it's technically we're still talking about the same thing, I guess we can segue into the next segment because technically this would be this week's top stories.
It's now time for this week's top stories.
Yes, commercials.
That does put me in a good mood every day.
I know, it's such a fun jingle. Where should we start? The Battle of the Religions was apparently.
Oh wow, yeah, man, terrifying at some points.
It all started. I think the first Super Bowl commercial this year was Scientology.
Yes, that was during the pregame,
and it was.
I saw that, and I was just like, "Wow, this is kind of creepy."
But the amount of celebrities as Scientologists, and they couldn't get at least one to appear in their Super Bowl commercial.
They could not have Tom Cruise enlist one of his celebrity lackeys. Yeah, that is a great point. Now that you mention it, I didn't think about it like that. Like it was a very diverse commercial, like all shades of the rainbow, all shapes and sizes, men, women, and theys, all up in this thing, and then like just, hey, we're in every corner of the world. You just got to walk in the room. That's all. But you seeing the dudes with the Thetan handles or whatever they are. The little
taking the test.
Oh,
but all the shit that they've been mentioned in those really bad documentaries that make Scientology look bad, they pretty much was like, yeah, we do that shit. Yeah, we're in a commercial.
Maybe it's what you're looking for. That's what they said.
But then, like, Jesus came out. He
is us. That
and
they
he has a
that
foot
in
fetish.
a couple times.
He has a foot fetish. Like it was just constantly talking about washing people's feet.
Well, so that's definitely an old Bible thing. Like anyway, but they leaned into it hard on this one this year, and you're just like, what the fuck are we watching here? Like again, in a world where OnlyFans and Pornhub is a thing, it's maybe I have the wrong idea. Maybe I do need Jesus right now. But fucking hell, dude! Like I was just like, this is a little graphic for me. It's just people having their feet washed, but it's like I felt like it was produced by AI.
Oh, probably wouldn't shock me. But yeah, there was definitely someone at home secretly sniffing his sister's high heels and then going, "Oh my God, Jesus does get me. Look at that. He likes feet too."
That's a twofer. That's a twofer. You get all the religious zealots and the foot fetish community at the same time. That's you can't buy press like that, man.
But I will say, out of the two, because as far as I'm aware, those were the only two religions that advertised during the Super Bowl.
No, there was an anti-Semitism ad as well.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, stop Jewish hate. Yeah, but it wasn't recruiting for the Jewish faith.
That's true.
So, but yeah,
and they were trying to make a message of also like just stop hate in general, but it was still an
anti-Semitism.
Thank you.
Double anti.
I brain farted on that hard.
But I think if we're talking, if we're comparing religious commercials, I do believe Christianity came out on top on this one. I think they
had the most commercials for sure.
I think Scientology came on twice, if I remember correctly. But no, what I'm saying is though, right? So the Christianity one, Jesus gets us. You know, it just showed Jesus being a nice guy, helping out the community with dirty feet and stuff like that. And so it kind of got you like, oh wow, Christianity, they're nice people. I could get on board with those guys. Whereas the Scientology one was very vague.
It's very sci-fi.
Yeah. And it would just, I imagine, would lead, if you didn't know what Scientology was, it would just lead you to Google Scientology. And I think with the amount of press out there and documentaries, probably Google isn't Scientology's best friend. You don't want people Googling your name. You just want them to go to the website and sign up. Click here, donate all your money. Thanks very much. There'll be.
I think I said this already. Like I wasn't in the room every minute of the 3-hour event, so I'm 100% sure I missed many commercials and many moments. But did we have anything from the Muslim sect? Do we have anything from the Hindu sect? Pay $7 million for a 30-second spot.
Maybe they should get there next year. That's okay. Yeah, if they did, I missed it.
If they did, you missed it. There you go. Honest answer. I only bring that up because after 9/11, Saudi Arabia put out a commercial. The country of Saudi Arabia put out a commercial like, "Hey, we're all right.
We cool. We cool.
We weren't responsible for that building. We're okay." And I was like, "Oh, I don't know, Davey." But anyway, we're getting a little too deep into religion and politics here, and I get uncomfortable about that stuff. But still,
so I've got a list here of some of the ones I noticed. I'm sure there was some I missed. Lathan, was there anyone that stood out for you for these old Super Bowl commercials?
Well, I have to say I was left a little underwhelmed by this year's offerings, but the one that got me was the Dr. Umstick one. So he's apparently a doctor, but all he does is give out ice creams to everyone except the person that's sick, and then he claims he's not a body doctor.
What?
Then what kind of doctor are you? Why the fuck would that make me want to buy their ice creams? Awful. Just awful.
Yeah, that was it was like an Action Man doll kind of thing that was supposed to be the doctor. That was I must admit that was a very odd.
So I don't know what the hell either.
So it was I wish I could remember the guy's name, but it's a guy who's famous, but I apologize, I forget his name. But he's on a plane and he starts going, "Ow, ow," and then the flight attendant goes, "Is there a doctor on board?" And then suddenly this like a Ken doll, an Action Man doll, whatever. He goes, "Hey, I'm a doctor. My name's Umstick, Dr. Umstick," which is like drumstick. Yeah, like the ice cream.
Very funny. Okay.
And then he opens up his like doctor's bag and it's just full of ice creams. And then all of a sudden, everyone on the plane is eating ice creams except for the guy that's not feeling well. and he's
Yeah, right.
still not feeling well. And then he goes, "Have you got one for me?" And the guy goes, "Oh, I'm not a body doctor." And it ends like, what? It made
That's so
zero
stupid.
sense. It was a
Yeah.
terrible commercial.
That is a terrible commercial. Also, like when you're having stomach issues, ice cream or dairy, anything is like the worst thing you could do. Like it would be better to have Roy Jones Jr. punch you in the stomach.
Other weird one, Mr. T's back
Yeah, that was great.
doing
I
sketches.
don't remember what happened. Did he have more than one commercial?
I only saw it once, but yeah,
Okay.
he was in sketches
remember you-
commercial.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember you and I were rapping about that.
Yeah, I was happy he was still going. You said apparently he's been sick recently. He's been a little under the weather.
Yeah, he's been suffering from the big C for like a couple decades now. It's amazing he's still breathing, honestly.
And if he's been suffering with the big C for the last couple of years, he's looking good. I mean, he's aging, but decades. Jesus. Are we talking about the big? We're not talking about chlamydia, right?
No, unfortunately
Okay,
not.
just wanted to just check.
Oh, here we go. Mr. T Sketchers. There we go.
Yeah. And then there was this is a good one. I must admit this was good. The Ben Affleck and Tom Brady.
So I know this was a thing and I missed it, or only caught half of it. But yeah, Affleck's got a sense of humor, dude. You gotta love that.
He is, and his best friend was in it.
Mr. Damon,
Matt Damon,
Jason Bourne,
and Tom Brady was in it.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. They're
Jennifer Lopez. And they sang a great song. It's a little snippet from it.
Don't go away, my heart. Why you dunking me, girl? Why you dunking? Donkey, my heart.
All right, I don't hate it.
Donuts. I'm so sorry.
Matt Damon was fantastic in the commercial.
Matt Damon's a funny guy. He's a funny dude.
And then what other ones was it? There was Temu. Is it Temu? That like
Temu?
It's
like Wish.
Yeah. Like how much fucking money they got? Because that was
a lot.
They must have shown that commercial like 6 times during the Super Bowl.
Oh, good for them.
It was insane.
Again, $7 million a pop. So that was $42 million just to project the advertisement, not even to produce the advertisement.
Like I had to check because I was definitely maybe not the drunkest person in the room, but I was pretty up there.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to just keep. I was like, wait, we've definitely seen this one before, right? I'm not like, what the fuck? This is come on, like it was incredible, like so many.
I mean, that's what you get. Apparently, that many people are buying generic sex toys and clothes off of Temu.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm the guy with the finger on the pulse, but I'd never heard of that website until yesterday.
Oh, I've been getting ads for them on Facebook for the last 6 months. They literally replaced Wish, and I think Wish got in some sort of financial trouble. So someone's always shaving money off the top or whatever. But yeah, Wish is no longer a thing, and maybe they just rebranded to Temu. But I believe one was European, and I think this one is like Central America. Don't quote me on that. I could be 1,000% wrong. Thank you.
What other ones? Dan Levy. He appeared a lot. Homes.com.
Oh.
Where he was just going around America. It was shit.
I don't know who that is, but I know Jeff Goldblum was also doing apartments.com. He's been doing that for a while now, since Independence Day 2.
Yeah, he's been. Yeah, it's been
so 8 years now. He's been doing that. Yeah,
he is very good, Jeff Goldblum. But
you gotta love the Goldblum.
Then my favorite one was BMW. They won for me with the Christopher Walken. Something about I don't get the point, but it's that imitation or something.
Everyone's got a bad Christopher Walken impression, and they are always trying to present it to him.
But his react, right? So I got this because I didn't want to play the whole commercial, but this is the beginning of the commercial. And listen, so you'll hear him talking. if you haven't seen this commercial yet, you'll hear him talking, and then the guy will do a Christopher Walken like impersonation, and then Christopher Walken's response is amazing. Ready? Here it goes.
Nice ride.
It's the real deal. 100% electric.
It's the real deal.
Yeah.
Nothing. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Just the pain in his voice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was more Vinnie Barbarino, but yeah. Yeah.
And then they played into the halftime show because at the end, Usher was there. And Christopher Walken was like, haven't you got somewhere to be?
That commercial, that commercial played in the second quarter because, yes, it was also a backdoor advertisement for Usher's halftime show, which he would then do like 10 minutes later or whatever happened. What did you think of the halftime show? I wasn't really impressed. I was more impressed with the production. Like, I think I talked more about it to the room I was in. Just like, do you understand? Like, we've only got like 15 minutes to set everything up, set up this entire huge stage, get every asshole on there, get that little crowd on the field, do the performance, and then tear it down and not leave a scuff, not dig up one thing on the field.
He was dancing on the grass and the turf, and I was like, what the fuck? But he has got smooth feet, so
he's a great performer. He is a good performer. I just don't think this was the best thing he done.
Did you hear that
dog back there?
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm dog seeing. So I've suddenly went from 1 dog to 3 dogs, and
3 dogs. Oh my god!
If you're actually watching the video version, you might just be able to see.
I see a tail or some legs.
His butt is back in there, little buddy. But yeah, he's a very loud snore for such a little dog. Bless him.
Okay. No, I think Zoom filters all that shit out.
Oh, well, he's like anyway. But no, I thought it was good. I thought it was a good show. Like I say, it's tough, when you got to fit in as many hits as possible in that short amount of time. So it just feels a little bit of like a montage of the choruses of songs. It didn't really get, but
no, that's what it was.
Well, that with the splicey of Alicia Keys and Lil Jon and
Ludacris.
Luda. And then splicing in like their songs as well, like Alicia Keys before she did My Boo. She did Ain't got nothing if I ain't got you. And then Lil Jon pops up asking, turned down for what? So yeah, it was fun. It was a fun little show, I thought. Probably not, I always hate the next day when people are like, where does it rank up? Because all the hipsters, and I'm not saying it was a bad performance, it was a very great performance, but everyone, every year since, whenever a Super Bowl halftime show happens, everyone goes, wow, it wasn't as good as Prince.
I mean, Prince
did a fantastic, but still, it's like you're just saying that to try to sound cool.
Prince made it rain and then sang Purple Rain. Like,
he lucked out on the weather there.
Luck nothing. That man's a fucking witch.
At this point, I'm not even sure if he's snoring or farting back there.
Not Prince, the dog's people. Those are listening to the show.
Sorry, I'm looking at the dog. Prince did not fart during this.
Although the dog is named Prince, so go figure.
Maybe. He is now. But yeah, that was pretty good. And then what was it? I was gonna right. Last one. I have to do a quick mention of this commercial, Super Bowl commercial. Right. Oh, actually, now it pops in my head. Paramount Plus, fantastic. We had all the Patrick Stewart and things and Hey Arnold, and they were trying to throw a football, and so they all looked at Hey Arnold because his football head, and then he threw out Arnold and he didn't quite make it, and he's like, "Oh, have you got anything made of pigskin?" And they all look at Peppa Pig. I did laugh, but Snapchat. Apparently, that's still a thing.
Snapchat's still a thing, yeah, right? I remember seeing it after that, going, "Well, where'd that come from? How'd that happen?"
Whoever spent that much money making this commercial for Snapchat needs to be fired, because they were highlighting the fact, hey, would you like to join a social media network? where you get less likes. What? Did you say that? Yeah, we're not as popular as everyone else, so you should join. Like, their calling card was that you will get less exposure if you do anything on this. That doesn't make any sense to me.
I remember when Snapchat was peaking, its whole thing was like, yeah, everything's just temporary. Post whatever. It'll go away in 24 hours. You don't have to worry about that embarrassing image.
Oh yeah, you can get rid of that. That dick pic will disappear. And that was
many celebrities
that was what the
got
app
in trouble
for.
because of it.
Right? The app was for sexting. That was, as far as I'm aware. That's the only thing.
That's definitely what it was being used for.
Yeah. It's like OnlyFans. Right? I'll see ads on X on Twitter for OnlyFans. Now I know there's an algorithm, so yes, I might look at some naughty things on Twitter from time to time. So whatever, don't judge me. But they're trying to advertise OnlyFans where you can go, look, this content creator's doing comedy on OnlyFans. This one's doing cooking on OnlyFans. And you're just like, bitch, I was joining OnlyFans to watch a cooking show. Like, what are you trying to do? I appreciate you trying to rebrand your image, maybe. I don't know.
Well, that was the image they were originally trying to go for, OnlyFans. They were
they didn't remember when they tried banning porn on OnlyFans? I
remember that.
We changed
we made a big deal, sent a bunch of letters in. And then they changed their mind the next week.
Because they realized how much fucking money they would lose. Dumbasses. We're going already quite deep. So then movies. Movies is a big thing. Where someone did comment like, why aren't they showing the trailer? Why is it always telling us to go watch it on YouTube? And I had to explain, so it costs $7 million for 30 seconds. Do you think someone's gonna play a 3-minute trailer during the Super Bowl? No.
They used to, actually. They used to spend that much money for the full trailer. Like, I remember however many years ago it was, whatever, like seeing the entire Fast and Furious 6 trailer, losing my mind, and then some dude threatening to throw me out of a window because I was like, oh, experiencing joy? Go fuck yourself. Anyway, I was like, you're not going to do that. And then he turned around and didn't. But yeah, there was a time when Universal Studios would spend money for a full 90-minute trailer, a 2-minute trailer, or whatever it was.
The ones I got written down here, I might have missed some. A Quiet Place, Day One, which
that's actually been out for a few days since before the Super Bowl, and
so it's a prequel, right, to A Quiet Place.
Yes, it's Day One. Hence the Day One. So I'm not looking forward to that. However, I do appreciate that, like, because it's Day One, we're not getting the whole, you need to be super duper quiet when you watch this movie. Yeah, I appreciated that for the first two, but they now know, like, no, we're just going to make an action movie now. It's going to be very loud.
And, I have made my opinions known about prequels, my disdain towards prequels. But even though I wasn't a huge fan of A Quiet Place, the movies, at least this prequel kind of like, because it would be interesting to see how they got to that point. So I actually don't mind this prequel idea. So I'll let them go.
The problem with that is we already saw them arrive at the beginning of the last movie that we just had, Quiet Place 2.
Oh, I didn't watch A Quiet Place 2.
It's fine. It's more of a quiet place. The first 20 minutes, though, is them arriving and people freaking out.
Going, oh my God. Well, scratch that then. Day One's dumb.
I agree.
Despicable Me 4. Sure.
Yeah, that's been a thing also. I was surprised we got Kung Fu Panda 4.
Yeah.
And the end of that trailer are 3 children going, we love violence. Violence, violence, violence. And I was like, oh, I don't know if this is a message you want to put out there, DreamWorks. I think parents are going to have a problem with this. I don't give a shit. We're going to talk about a movie later tonight where I'm just like, oh my God, this is not the biggest thing in the world, but like, yeah, it's still a kid's film, and parents are probably upset about that. Like when favorite son punches son number 2 in the head and then goes, violence. Like, there's going to be problems at the Fuddruckers that night.
mean, to be fair, they're watching a football game. They're tackling it. It wouldn't shock me if kids are already just running into each other and
fair,
smashing helmet to helmet.
Fair enough.
The Fall Guy. I mean, I know that one's been out for a little while, right? Fall Guy.
I'm looking forward to the Fall Guy. That should be as fun as the A-Team movie we had 10 years ago.
I noticed they did make an edit of the trailer to feature the scene where Ryan Gosling's character is listening to Taylor Swift. That was pretty clever, I guess.
Yeah, that is clever.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I don't give a shit.
That should be pretty good.
Planet of the Apes.
You don't like the Planet of the Apes? That's disappointing.
Well, the original.
Yeah, but you don't like the latest batch we just had. I know people are down on that Tim Burton movie. I get it, but like these last 3 movies we just had, they were all pretty good.
Wicked.
Wicked looks interesting. I've never seen the Broadway play. The Wizard of Oz is a classic for reasons, but it's nothing I watch regularly. But yeah, Wicked has my attention.
Someone at the Super Bowl party that I was at did have to say, "Oh, why does the black woman have to be green?" So, because she's the witch. That's the character. She's green. I don't know. I don't think this is a thing. It's just
it is a knee-jerk reaction. Unfortunately, I was at an event also during the Super Bowl, and someone else brought up the black green witch, and she's like, "She's a white lady in the play on Broadway," and I was like, well, the character's green, so it really doesn't matter who's under the fucking paint. It's paint.
Oh, so she was saying the woman playing the green character in the Broadway play is white.
Yes.
No, okay. So they were coming at it from a very different angle. Now, the person that I was talking to was coming at it was why they had to change it. Why can't she just be black? She's black. She's black. It's like, well, no, the character's green.
So I was not there, so I can't interpret what you saw. But I feel like this person had a problem with the actress being black, playing the Wicked Witch of the West.
Keep my witches back.
People are.
But yeah, it'll be interesting because it's there have been some fun musical to movie adaptations recently, so it could be fun. It could be fun. Twisters is back, apparently.
And they have the balls to say, this is not a sequel. This is not a reboot. This is its own thing, but plural. And it's like, oh, fuck you guys.
Oh, so is this going to be like Aliens all over again?
No.
But no,
Aliens is at least a sequel. This is trying to be its own thing, but it's still...
So basically, they've advertised, they just stole an idea.
It's the same company that did it, so I don't think you can steal from yourself.
It's either a reboot or a sequel. It can't be.
Yeah,
you can't.
It's bad marketing, is what it is, Mike.
It's
I like Glenn Powell, Glenn Powell. I like the dude from Top Gun that's in it, but we'll see. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll be fun. I enjoyed Michael Bay's Ambulance. Like, maybe I'll like this.
Did you see one for Monkey Man?
Oh yeah, that looks great.
It does look great, but as far as I can tell, again, in my very drunk state from watching this trailer, is it just Indian John Wick?
It's Indian badass for sure.
But yeah, I'm not.
Lots
I'm
of
not
people are
saying
making the John Wick comparison because dude is wearing a suit.
Yeah, I'm not saying it in a derogatory way. I'm just saying.
No, I understand you're not.
It looks bad because give me any kind of race of John Wick, that'd be fun. And then we could have like an MCU collection of bringing all the world's people together. So you have like white John Wick, Indian John Wick, Hispanic
that's called John Wick 4 already.
And just have a bunch of John Wicks all fucking people up would be great. And I
understand why people are making the comparison, but it's not a good comparison still. But the movie looks amazing, and I can't wait to see it. I like Dev Patel. He was great in The Green Knight, even though The Green Knight was not great.
Anyway. Oh, yeah, he's one of those actors who's becoming known for not every movie he's in is good, but
he's great in everything.
Best part of that movie.
Yes, well said.
And
he apparently directed this, so again, I'm double looking forward to that.
Did not know that.
Yes, sir.
Just the facts, ma'am.
And then the big one. Which don't get me wrong, I was waiting for it because I heard the rumors that this was going to happen. They was going to show a teaser during the Super Bowl, so I'm happy they did it before the game. I think if I'm correct.
No, right after kickoff. It was the first
right
commercial in the official Super Bowl.
Deadpool and Wolverine. Oh,
this is a play on Ant-Man and the Wasp.
So good. Like I said, I've watched this about 12 times at this point.
12 times? Wow, we're bumped up.
But then also what I've done, I've gone onto YouTube and watched other people's reaction to the trailer. It's fun. It's fun to do. But yeah, if you don't know, Deadpool, I mean, I guess we don't want to spoil it too much, but it's if you've watched the Disney Plus shows with Loki, then this is going to start crossing over and some stuff, and it's got a lot of potential to have some crossovers of the old Fox Marvel universe and the new MC. Well, I say new. It's been going for a while now, but the Fox universe and the Marvel universe have been smushed together finally after Disney bought Fox, and there's a lot of potential here, and I'm all for it. And it looks a lot of fun. What's your thoughts on this
one? It's a commercial for Deadpool 3.
Marvelous.
Yeah, I wish I could give you more insight on that. I'm not excited about this. Every time a screenshot comes out, every time someone has to write an official sentence about it, I keep going, oh my God, I can't wait for this movie to disappoint all of you guys so much. However, best case scenario, it's going to be a fantastic film. Again, I like Ryan Reynolds. You like Hugh Jackman, but I'm not looking forward to this with the gravitas that you are.
Wow.
Oh, did Waffle Box just get canceled? Uh-oh. Oh, they're turning off lights here. What's happening?
You're talking bullshit.
Where's the...
Anyway, you have 4 more months to wait for this movie. So, maybe even less. It's May, so 3.
It's gonna be great. You're just a hater. Haters gonna hate. It's gonna make a lot of money. But I was watching there's one guy who's breaking it down. He does lots of movie stuff like that. And apparently, after, because obviously Deadpool is known for his fourth wall breaks and his self-awareness.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a line in the trailer which they believe is very much like on the nose, because obviously the Marvels, whether you like it or not, did not do very well.
Not at all
in the theaters. And then the Disney Plus shows as of late haven't been received very well.
Yeah, I didn't go back for Loki 2, and
I thought Loki 2 was very, very good. I will say that. The one Echo was okay.
Echo was boring, but we did a review about that already, I think. And then Secret Invasion. It's 6 episodes. I tapped out after like the first one. I was like, this is dumb.
I think I made it 2 episodes, but yeah, it just wasn't. They've all been great. So
they've just been TV shows, and that's fine. That's fine, but that's what they are.
But then obviously with the writer's strike and all that stuff, they're basically Marvel have not cancelled or pushed back everything. So I think Deadpool and Wolverine is the only movie coming out this year, if I'm correct, from the MCU.
You are correct.
And so
that's not in the Sony universe.
We're hoping this is going to basically kickstart us back into gear. This is going to be the one that kicks us off, which is why people think they slipped in that line of Deadpool calling himself, I am the Messiah. I am Marvel Jesus.
He also put in a scene where he talks about shitting his pants, but whatever.
Ryan Reynolds is great. His delivery was Wade Wilson, it seems you soiled yourself while he was unconscious. I wasn't unconscious. Where am I? This could be a fun list. We could obviously not this episode. Maybe we'll come back to this in another episode where we can come back with our like top 5 actors that were perfect for their role, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, that'd be easy.
It'd be a fun little discussion to go with. But yeah, overall, kind of underwhelming. I'm with Lathan this year. I think the commercials, they had some great ones, but it was just over. It was like, eh. Or maybe have we been hyped up too much? Where we're like, oh, it's the Super Bowl. Here comes the great commercials, and when they were like great, it's like, eh. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was we hyped up too much.
You know what? It's perfectly okay for the commercials to not be the best part of the biggest event of the year. I think that's something the Super Bowl has been lacking for a few decades now. More people are interested in the commercials, and we're guilty of this too because we're talking about it. But the game is what people should really be focused on. So again, like I said, hell of a fucking game. We're going to talk about it on the microdose this Friday. But nothing. You took more notes than I did, despite sending you like a text every 20 minutes in the second half.
Well, maybe again we'll get into that on microdose, but maybe because the game was so good, our brains didn't have to rely too much on the commercial for entertainment. Whereas recently, the last few years, the Super Bowl itself hasn't been all of that. So we enjoyed the commercials more, maybe. Maybe it's some Freudian psychological shit. I don't know. Probably not.
I don't know. So when it comes to previous Super Bowl commercials, as of this moment in time that we're currently in, I have only remembering two. One is a FedEx ad that borrowed from the Wizard of Oz, and everyone's like, wow, FedEx like made a 30-second movie that cost at that time like, I don't know, an unheard of $2 million or whatever. And then a decade plus, Mountain Dew such and so something came up with puppy baby monkey something or other, and that thing was just horrendous. It was horrific and horrendous, and it's just puppy baby bucket, like it's just repeating those four words as one gigantic word the entire time.
Sounds great.
No, it was awful. It's quite nightmarish nightmare fuelish.
Anyway, let's move on. Talking of people, they won the Super Bowl and all that good stuff. So congratulations to Kansas City Chiefs for achieving things. But let's talk about other people achieving things. Going out there with the world and doing stuff and getting a bit of paper from an Irish brewery to say that they did it. It's now time for this week's Dumb World Record of the week.
Why?
Why? Why would I? Why? Why?
Why?
Why?
Why? Why? Why would you want to do that?
This week's Dumb World Records is, as a quote, an impressive display of both mental and physical endurance. Ooh. And then, no offense to people that do this for a living as their job. I'm not trying to insult you. However, when I tell you his job title, the previous description does kind of sound funny. Right, ready? I'm gonna read it all in one go.
Stand by.
In an impressive display of both mental and physical endurance, 42-year-old software engineer. I don't know what, but it just made me laugh. Because you don't think them going to be very physical. Sidhu Getri.
Okay, Indian gentleman.
Has broken the record for the longest marathon punching a punch bag.
Okay.
So Sidhu, a lifelong martial artist who has represented India in numerous Taekwondo championships, basically just stood there in front of a punching bag and like rock and sock'emed it for a really long time.
Okay. How long?
Well, I'm going to tell you.
Please.
It's the whole point of the segment, I guess. So Sidhu spent 6 months preparing for this record, training for 8 hours every day. His daily routine involved a 4-hour training session from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m., followed by another one in the evening. So every day for 6 months, this man was standing in front of a punching bag punching it for 4 hours, then taking a break, then 4 hours more for 6 months every day.
Nice.
And then when the time came, he achieved a time of 55 hours.
Get the fuck
and 15 minutes. So this dude for over 2 days was in front of this fucking punching bag.
2.25 days. So, and he's just doing this the entire time, or is there like some speed to it, or he's literally just doing this motion?
It didn't go into like, you know, sometimes they do like say, oh, for this to count, it has to be this. I'm going to assume he was allowed some time to urinate.
Oh yeah,
maybe have a quick.
That would be
snack.
nice.
But yeah, just douche. 55 hours.
There was the one girl who was dancing for like 3 days, and they like, yeah, you can take a 20-minute nap.
That's right.
You can go pee for 5 minutes.
But yeah, because she found the loophole, if I remember correctly, because you could take like
she stacked them up.
Like you could take like 10-minute breaks every hour. So she would take like a 2-minute break and save the 8 minutes and stack it, and then she could have like a 45-minute nap or something like that, which is pretty damn smart, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
Always love a loophole. So yeah, I'm gonna assume he could have a little bit of break. But Jesus Christ, 55 hours, pretty much
like sand
non-stop punching.
So basically, his talent is that he's essentially a human woodpecker?
Yeah.
Sure.
Very much.
Yeah. Do we know, was he wearing gloves? Were his hands wrapped in any way? Like, or is he just bare knuckle punching?
Is he just raw dogging it?
Yeah. If we don't know, we don't know. That's okay. Just ask. It makes a difference.
As GuinnessWorldRecords.com boots up, it looks like he had like some, it definitely wasn't boxing gloves, like kind of like, I guess MMA-ish gloves.
Okay.
But yeah, there's 2 photos on the GuinnessWorldRecords.com website. One of him is obviously being all happy on someone's shoulders, waving the Indian flag, going, "Yay, I did it!" And then the other one is him standing up, punching the bag, but he looks asleep. Like the rest of his body is still working, but his head is like.
He might have also trained over the 6 months just to sleep, doing the motion, just like.
Yes. Say, I'm just trying to scroll down, see if it was.
While you're doing that,
any mention of like
those for the
break,
those that might be in the dark, like those boxing gloves, regardless of what size they are, those aren't to protect the opponent's face. That's to protect the knuckles of the guy throwing the punch. Like Floyd Mayweather has broken both of his hands with his 50 victories. You can say he runs away or whatever you want, but the man has won 50 spouts, 50 professional bouts, and broke both his hands in the process. I think a few times now.
That's why I say never, because I remember, I don't know why people would do this, but when they clench a fist, they'd tuck their thumb into their fists. And that was a big, like, don't do that because you're going to literally break your thumb every time.
There's also the occasional jabroni who will put his pinky fingers up like this. I don't know what the point is, but it's the best way to break your pinky if that's what you're trying to do.
Anyway, but yes, okay. So as with all, quote, longest marathon records, after every continuous hour of activity, the challenger is permitted a 5-minute rest break, which can be accumulated if not taken straight away.
Oh.
Only during these breaks could he eat, sleep, or use the bathroom. So yeah, same thing. So if he went non-stop for 4 hours, then he could have a 20-minute break. But he said, yeah, the pain started around the 20-hour mark.
Oh, only fucking hell.
But like that. But yeah, it's again. Shout out to Mr. Sidhu for doing it. I'm pretty sure I don't think I would be able to do that. But again, as with all of these world records, where
did they come up with the idea?
Why did you start? Oh, I'm really good at punching bags. Or maybe I could do this for 3 days nearly.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Why? And no. But yeah, congratulations to you.
Impressive.
Still to come on this week's Waffle Box episode 137. Oh, it is Valentine's Day. Don't forget, it's the day for lovers. And we've got a very special Valentine's Day middle of the show quiz. Also, another Valentine's Day special, the Celebrity Battle Royal. Kush, she's talking about Lisa Frankenstein and much, much. So stick around if you would. Be so kind. We'll be right back after this short break.
I've got this delicious dilemma. I've always loved my Doritos tortilla chips. I just love them. But now there's another Doritos I love too. Extra crispy Doritos. That same great Doritos taste, but different. So what makes extra crispy so extra crispy? Well, they start out thinner and then they're toasted to a crisp. So what's my delicious dilemma? Well, should I crunch or should I crisp?
Extra crispy Doritos tortilla chips. They're crisp.
It's now time for the middle of the show quiz.
Hey, welcome back to Waffle Box, episode 137. It's the middle of the show, so if you ask me, it's the perfect time to play the middle of the show quiz. And this week, as it is Valentine's Day, we've got a very special rom-com inspired quiz where I have got Lathan involved. And Lathan is going to do his very best acting right now. So Lathan is going to read some dialogue.
Oh, nice.
From famous rom-coms.
Okay.
And Kush, you're going to have to try to guess which movie he's reading from the scripts.
All right. By the way, I need something to wash the visual I just had during the break. Went downstairs and discovered Mama Hayes watching something on Netflix, but Kristen Bell or Veronica Mars herself is getting raw dogged on a fucking dining room table. And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, is there any other way to raw dog? Get a raw dog, you might as well do it on a dining table.
I want to watch my mom watch that stuff.
I mean, as long as she was just watching it, not,
I don't know. I got in and out real quickly, dude. I was like, well, happy Valentine's Day.
So did he.
But no, he was there for a while. That gentleman was there for a while. Good timing, though.
Anyway, let's hit the music. And Lathan, are you ready to get your acting? All right, so quote number one.
Number one.
Don't forget, I'm also just a girl standing in front of a boy, asking him to love her.
Ooh.
I know that goddamn line, but I don't think I've actually seen the movie. It's one of those things you just pick up from osmosis.
Do you want to repeat it?
Please. Thank you.
Okay. One more time, Lathan.
Don't forget, I'm also just a girl standing in front of a boy, asking him to love her.
Fucking hell. Not Mean Girls. It's not Twilight. Both of those movies I haven't seen. Feel like Jennifer Aniston's in this. Maybe the chick from Sweet Home Alabama.
Notting Hill is Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts and Hugh Grant, that charming bastard.
What a guy! What a guy!
I haven't seen that either, unfortunately. No.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Apparently, people love it.
Oh yeah, I don't. It's yeah, people are nuts. That and what's the face?
They did two movies together, didn't they? So, not sequels, but
what's that? The St. Bridget Jones's Diary. That's another one where people are nuts about. I don't get it.
Yeah, that's a trilogy now.
All right. It's like My Fat Greek Wedding. That's also
right. That is also an unnecessary trilogy.
There, number two.
Number two.
It was a million tiny little things that, when you added them all up, they meant we were supposed to be together, and I knew it.
Ooh. When Harry Met Sally. I'm already gonna lose this. I'm just gonna.
Sleepless in Seattle.
Okay. Yeah. That is also a fan favorite of billions. When that movie came out, I was a snot-nosed teenager who would do everything he could to get out of seeing movies like this. So yeah, no Notting Hill, no Sleepless in Seattle, no You've Got Mail. I'm gonna fail this one hard.
I think I've told this story before, but I remember when I was young and impressionable and ignorant, I guess. I came across an album, a compilation album, and it had one of the songs from Top Gun on there, and the compilation was like 40 the greatest chick flick album ever or something like that. And I remember being all pissed off, like, what the fuck is this? And I remember going to my brother and my dad, and I was like, what the fuck? Top Gun's not a chick flick. And they both was like, kind of, I think it is. And then there's like, then the cogs started working in my brain. Like, wait a minute, it is a fucking chick flick. Fuck. Bless my dumb ass.
It's a sexy track. It's a sexy scene. What are you gonna do?
Right, number 3.
Number 3.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Oh, that's a good one. It's an easy one.
Why am I going to get this one right? That's a Brokeback Mountain.
Correct.
We need to do some internal thinking about this one. Some internal reflecting. Why do I know that one?
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Fantastic. All right, here we go. The comeback's coming in. Comeback hits starting. Number 4.
Number 4.
So it's not going to be easy. It's going to be really hard, and we're going to have to work at this every day. But I want to do that because I want you. I want all of you forever. You and me, every day.
Jerry Maguire?
Is that a rom-com? Not a rom-com. Is that a Valentine's Eve romantical movie, Jerry Maguire?
Yeah.
I guess it is.
Yeah, that's absolutely a chick flick.
Is that what you're going with?
That's my final answer. I don't have a better one. I'm guessing I'm wrong. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
The Notebook. That's from the Notebook.
Yeah. Bring a box of tissues to that fucking thing. It's not even like the middle story. It's like when James Garner's being pulled away from his wife, who is fucking having a stroke or a seizure stroke or whatever. Like he was like.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. It's pretty tough. All right, just for funs and giggles, here's number 5.
Number 5.
I came here tonight because when you realize you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible.
Oh, that's beautiful. I know that line. I don't remember what movie it's from, though. Emmanuel 4, Emmanuel in Space. Just because I don't know.
You actually had it earlier. That was from Sleepless in Seattle.
Oh, so you had 2 Sleepless in Seattle quotes?
No, I had. No, sorry, that was from When Harry Met Sally.
Oh, hilarious.
But sorry, I got confused because you said When Harry Met Sally when it was Sleepless in Seattle. Blah, 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 blah.
Dig.
So that When Harry Met Sally.
Yeah. Again, I was maybe 9 when that movie came out, and so everyone knows the big fake orgasm scene. But then it's just like. This was. I was not in the demographic for any of these movies. For some reason, no Brokeback Mountain.
Very aroused.
Ooh.
Yeah, unfortunately, Kush, you managed guys won. Which I'm going to make you this week's loser.
Just like my love life.
You lose.
How poetic.
But now, this one actually, this might be a first, I think. This might be a first in a new feature of Celebrity Battle Royal. It's an all-female. It's a women's division match.
Ooh,
coming
sexy.
up in this week's segment where we pit 4 celebrities against each other to fight it out. Kush has to tell you, blah, 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 and we're going to crown a champion. It's time for this week's Celebrity Battle Royale.
Let's get ready
55 hours to do this.
If I can't work the Warriors game tonight, it's because of this goddamn music.
Best Celebrity Battle Royale. This is where I give Kush 4 celebrity names, and he has to work out in which order they get eliminated and which person comes out as the lucky winner and champion in this week. So continuing the Valentine's Day themes, rom-com, we've got 4 actresses that have made their name very known in the old rom-com genre.
Okay.
And you have to find out which one's going to be the ultimate champion. So, speaking of, I think this was the fake orgasm woman, Meg Ryan.
Meg Ryan, America's sweetheart.
Meg Ryan
until she cheated on Don Johnson with Gladiator, Russell Crowe, and then it didn't work out anyways. Yeah, they did a movie called Proof of Life where they were just stuck in the Colombian jungle or wherever the hell they were for like months, and then just
well, might as well
might as well bang this one out.
Anyway, contestant number 2. She likes to use semen as hair gel. It's Miss Cameron Diaz.
Not America's sweetheart, but should have been.
Fantastic in The Mask, if you ask me.
Yeah, right. Everyone fell in love with her in that movie, and then everything else is just something about Mary is really good too. When she came on screen on The Mask, you're like, holy shit, we need more of this woman.
Contestant number 3, possibly my favorite rom-com actress of all time, Miss Drew Barrymore.
Oh, okay.
Amazing. Was it 50 First Dates and
The Wedding
Singer? Oh.
Her and Adam Sandler were a really good team for a very long while, and then for whatever reason Jennifer Aniston became a thing for him. I don't know.
I think it's something to do with it. But yeah, Jennifer Aniston was very good. What was that, the movie where he was the dentist or the doctor or something? No, the plastic surgeon, and then and Jennifer Aniston played his fake ex-wife.
They did a movie where they had to pretend to be a couple, but then they did 2 more movies that were like comedic murder mysteries. Yes. I didn't see any of them, but they made 3 of those fucking things together, so good for them. Number 4.
In the final corner, we go back to a classic, Miss Julia Roberts.
All right, I was wondering where she was.
So we've got Julia Roberts, Drew Barrymore, Cameron Diaz, and Meg Ryan. Ding, ding. How's this going down, Kush?
Would you please give me 30 seconds to just review this in my head? You should play a song. Thank you. This is a good list you came up with, sir.
Thank you. This is Kush thinking music is thinking with his brain.
Yeah, all right, so I got it.
Well, you have to wait for the music to stop now.
Oh, yeah, I'm totally fine with extra time.
Pay
please.
For it. Doom. Oosh. How's it gonna go?
So, unfortunately for Drew Barrymore, 3 of our contestants team up and stomp a mud hole into her and then call her a scab, despite the fact that she was well within her rights to go back into production with her talk show during the writer's strike. There was 100 people. But anyway, these 3 people were like, we don't care if you had authorization. We're stomping a mud hole in you. So Drew Barrymore's out. Burn! Cameron Diaz then trips Meg Ryan, who breaks her frail neck because she's a senior citizen now, unfortunately. And there it is. Meanwhile, America's other sweetheart, Julia Roberts, she tries to choke out Cameron Diaz. But guess what? That bitch did Charlie's Angels. So she does a little kicks Julia Roberts in the face from behind, like whoop, pop right there. And then those 2, they slug it out for a while. But our winner is going to be Miss Cameron Diaz because she is so lovely. and she is a fighter, and she's from Southern California. And this woman has actually been in several street fights in Long Beach.
Oh snap! So this week's winner,
Miss Cameron Diaz.
Congratulations.
Who's probably the least successful out of all these three, but that means she's the hungriest. She also knew when to walk away. She walked away for a while, for like a decade. She was like, fuck this industry. I'm tired. And then Jamie Foxx brought her back in, and then he had a stroke or whatever has been wrong with him the last 12 months. And get well, Jamie Foxx. We miss you.
Get well, Jamie Foxx. What a nice... He seems like one of those people that's like a nice guy. He's just a nice guy.
Unfortunately, when his light is extinguished, the world will be a lot less cooler.
Just the facts, ma'am.
All right, let's move on to a segment where Kush reviews a movie in a segment that we like to call Kush's Movie Review.
Kush's Movie Review.
This week on Kush's Movie Review, Kush is talking about Lisa Frankenstein, a movie where Homer Simpson's daughter unfortunately passed away, but he was like, "Don't, I can't have this or Marge is going to be all upset." So he hooks Lisa up to the car battery and starts her up, and it's alive. And then we see what happens when Lisa becomes reanimated into Springfield.
Yeah, like you said, my guy. Well, you're completely wrong about the synopsis, but I still appreciate all your effort you do with those. We are talking Lisa Frankenstein. This is a PG-13 movie, and it is 141. God damn it! How do I keep doing this? 1 hour and 41 minutes.
Oh, that's
which
much
is
better.
significantly shorter than 141 minutes. I even put 1 hour anyway. 1 hour 41 minutes. Movie's kind of long for me, but I'm not going to take away any time. I'm definitely not going to say they should have added more time. This is directed by a woman named Zelda Williams. I'm not familiar with her at all.
That's Robin Williams' daughter.
Oh, far out. Is that just a fact?
No,
just the facts,
it's a button. Thanks. All right.
Because because Robin Williams is a big fan of the Legend of Zelda games, and so
just the facts, man.
Just the facts, man.
He named his daughter Zelda. Unless there is another Zelda Williams out there, I'm pretty damn sure this is Robin Williams' daughter.
All right. Well, you know what? It's too late to go back to the IMDb. So I'm not familiar with Zelda Williams. I don't know if this is her first film or her 17th film, but she definitely directed it. This is written by Diablo Cody, who is an Academy Award winner for her screenplay for Juno, like 2007 or something. Juno, another romantic comedy about teenage pregnancy that I did not watch, with the then Ellen Page, who's now Elliot Page. By the way, that guy looks to be like living his best life right now. Guys, I'm a middle-aged man. I'm stuck in my ways. I don't understand a lot of things these days. But Elliot Page seems to be doing fantastic, and I'm here for it. And I say, go, buddy. Let's have a couple beers and pick up some chicks. Anyways, Diablo Cody wrote this. This stars Catherine Newton, who plays Lisa Frankenstein, whose real name is Lisa Swallows. I feel like there was supposed to be a bunch of jokes surrounding that, and they never went into it. It's very casual. Like, it's just Lisa Swallows report to the principal. Like, even the class within the story never snicker about it. I'm just like, oh, okay, well, that's what we're doing.
Maybe it's like it's on a level where it's kind of like it becomes funnier because it's like, wait, is this a joke? Wait, am I the childish one?
You know what, Mike? I absolutely did harbor those feelings. Like, I feel like I'm supposed to be laughing at that, but I'm not. But because I thought about laughing at it, does that make me wrong? The answer is no. Anyways, this also stars a woman named Lisa Soberon, and I think she's actually the breakout star of this movie. She plays the stepsister to Lisa Frankenstein, and when I say stepsister, you automatically think like she's just gonna be a bitch the entire time. Nope, this chick is like trying to engage with Lisa, trying to make her part of the family. When evil stepmom, who is played by Carla Gugino, like tries to like hammer something in on Lisa that's unfair, like stepsister's there to like, no, mom, don't do that. She didn't do anything wrong. And then our monster is played by a gentleman named Cole Sprouse, if I wrote that down correctly. He has one line of dialogue. Surprise, surprise, spoiler alert, it's at the very end of the film. So, but his entire performance is based on literal guttural sounds and facial gestures, much like the lady from The Shape of Water. However, this is done for more comedic effect because he's a reanimated corpse, who, by the way, has been dead 200 years and hasn't rotted away. Go figure. I don't know how this stuff works, but whatever.
Uses a lot of Old Spice to make himself steal.
Yeah. This is trying to be just a campy comedy. It's, if anything else had come out this weekend, I would have gladly seen it. And the way my schedule worked this week, I worked 25 hours over a 48-hour period, and then only had a small window of time to see this movie before the Super Bowl started. And sure, I don't have to see the Super Bowl, but I'm civically obliged because the 49ers were in it. Anyways, this was homework for me. And despite saying all that, as of February 14th, 2024, we haven't seen the Bob Marley thing. We will not be talking about Madam Web next week. We will not be talking about that dog shit. This is as much as we love The Beekeeper, this is currently the best movie theatrically released of 2024. I imagine that's going to change very quickly, but as of right now, this was the best movie I've seen in a theater theatrically. I just reiterated that. Anyways, I don't know what else to say. This is about a girl whose mother was murdered by a serial killer, very, very much Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees type of killing. But it's brought up only a couple times. It never comes back. It's just brought up just to sprinkle in some seeds and let you know, like, this is why this chick is so fucked up. I honestly thought we were going to come back to that and it was going to end up being her father who was the killer. Again, this never comes up, and no, dad is not a killer. In fact, it's kind of strange how boring he is, and with the fact that he is so boring, it's weird that he married Carla Gugino. She's not a prize in this movie. Very beautiful woman outside of this movie, but the character is very ugly. And you're like, why did you marry this woman 6 months later? What happened there? That's never brought up. Lisa Swallows is going through this normal stuff that a normal horny 17-year-old girl is going through in high school. It is just a fact, man. And you know, she's weird and she's moody. Obviously, her mom got murdered, but no one else understands that. So they're just like, well, that weird chick, blah, 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 blah. One night she goes to a party reluctantly with her stepsister and is then spiked. Someone gives her a spiked cup. I don't know if LSD is in it or PCP or whatever it is. Like, one guy goes like, you just gave her all the PCP. I would hope they didn't give her PCP, but that bitch also didn't like try and punch through a windshield. But anyways, there's an electrical storm, and then this guy that Lisa Swallows hangs out in a cemetery that's supposedly haunted. She has attached herself to a specific tombstone. She has created this whole narrative about this guy. The tombstone, again, it's 200 years old, so it's worn down. Doesn't even know his full fucking name, but she's created this whole narrative and kind of has a crush on the dead guy. And then the electrical storm happens. Oh, Mike Fish, you have a question.
Yeah, who is it that created the narrative?
Her.
Who?
Lisa Swallows. All right. You're a child. Anyways, whoever this guy is comes to life because of a lightning storm, manages to find her at her suburban home. And then at first she's a little bit afraid, but then she's like, wow, fucking dead guy. I can get into this, whatever. It's set in 1989. They make some very specific references like, hey, we're all getting ready to go see a matinee of Look Who's Talking. Do you want to join us? No? Okay. Oh, you have the club in your car? This is an anti-theft device. It is not an actual club for hitting people. It's the nostalgia on this is very specific, but it's also sprinkled out liberally, and I appreciate that. They don't force it down your throat, but when they hit it, they hit that nail right on the fucking head. So there's an 80s montage where Lisa Frankenstein, Lisa Swallows, kicks the monster into a closet. You can do that every time? Fair enough. Okay.
You have no idea how much I had to whip up when you said about they don't force it down your throat. I was going to make another reference, but I was...
You're nasty. But anyways, they do an 80s montage where for whatever reason she actually has like men's clothes in her closet. I don't know, but whatever. We get a little stuff like that, and then at some point stepmom has to die. I'm not going to tell you how, not going to tell you why, but the Frankenstein part is obviously we have a dead cadaver walking around 200 years old and is not decomposed. But at some point, Lisa Frankenstein takes her stepmom's ear and sews it on the dude's face.
As you do.
As you do, as will happen. And then, we kill a couple more people. We use a couple extra body parts for things that aren't working. You can actually put the giggity goo in there. Giggity goo. I don't want to make that a spoiler, but let your imagination play, kids. Look, this movie was not for me. The entire time it was homework, but I appreciated where it was going. I appreciate who it's for. They try and sneak in some Easter eggs, and motherfuckers, you Diablo Cody, you ain't cute with that shit. There's There's a set of cops. One is named Officer John. John is the last name. The other one is Officer Waters. This is a reference to the director John Waters. I don't know if you're familiar with him, Mike Fish. He's done Serial Mom. Those were his mainstream. That was his mainstream hit. But he did some early 70s cult stuff like Pink Flamingos, where like we're getting like transgender people involved, hermaphrodites, just weird fat chicks in a diaper. Very cultish stuff, very cult classic stuff. You either love it or you hate it. I hate most of it, but John Waters is a fascinating person. However, fuck your Easter egg, Diablo Cody. I don't care about it. Having said all that, again, as of this week, 7 weeks into the new year of 2024, this is currently the best film that is available in theaters right now. I can only give it a 3 out of 5. I recognize a lot of great performances. Again, there's Lisa so-and-so, breakout star. I look forward to seeing more of her. I absolutely enjoyed her character. And then at one point, she gets traumatized, and she has a full arc. So, yeah, this isn't a bad movie, but it's for horny 14-year-old girls going through phases where they're like, I'm going to wear a tutu and combat boots to school. Ooh. Go ahead. Also, eccentric gay guys are going to love this. This definitely wasn't for me. I don't know if it would be for you. Mrs. Fish, I can see her finding the charm and the quirkiness in this. But again, this came out this weekend and only debuted at number 2. Whereas Argyle, which we said was absolutely a steaming pile of shit, somehow still made money and went ahead of it. So Lisa Frankenstein not going to be in theaters much longer. So if you absolutely want to see it in the theaters, jump on this now. Again, we haven't seen the Bob Marley movie. We haven't seen Madam Web. Maybe those are better. I doubt Madam Web is. But Lisa Frankenstein, 3 out of 5. In a disappointing calendar right now, it is the best thing out there currently.
Also,
breaking news.
I had it confirmed that this was indeed directed by Robin Williams' daughter. Zelda.
Okay, fine. Do we know if she's directed other things?
She has.
Such as?
So she was director of Kappa Kappa Die in 2020.
That's not a main. Oh yeah, 2020. The other thing got lost in the streaming hell.
And she also wrote, produced, and directed a short comedy drama film in 2018 called Shrimp.
All right, so this is still new stuff for her. Very impressive debut then for her. Outside of that one film from 2020, for a sophomore movie, then very good. You did better than Bradley Cooper, madam.
Yeah. Plus, she's done some acting, a little bit of acting.
Okay.
But yeah, she's done some video game voiceover work because she's claimed to be a big fan of her namesake. So good.
Yeah, why not? All right. Cool again. I imagine we're going to see more from Zelda Williams then in the future.
Fingers crossed.
Nah, not going to do that.
So what was it? 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5
for Lisa Frankenstein. Speaking of, by the way, you said about the before we sign off on this movie review. You mentioned the Bob Marley movie is coming out soon. Can I say right? I got a bone to pick with whoever. I don't know, because on Netflix right now there is a documentary about Bob Marley. Right?
Okay, good to know.
And the title of it is "Who Shot the Sheriff?" ? Right?
That's so silly. Yes.
And I was like, I get what they're trying to do, but Bob did. He literally says it in the song. Like, if you want to be clever, like he says, I shot the sheriff. But I did not shoot the deputy. So if you wanted to put "Who shot the deputy?" ? The Bob Marley story.
That would have been a better title.
That'd be quite clever. But "Who shot the sheriff?" Like, you've literally made a Bob Marley documentary, and you're not familiar with one of his most famous songs where he's literally saying, "I did it, hey, mate, over here, boop boop, Bobby did it." But that's kind of annoyed me more than it probably should have. But there you go. Check that out. But yeah, that Bob Marley movie does look good. That does look interesting.
Just the facts, ma'am.
All right.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's not another rehash of like George Foreman and Whitney Houston, where this happened and then this happened and then this happened and then he got shot.
Hopefully.
But we'll talk about that probably next week.
Fingers crossed. Right, let's wrap this week's show up with all the warm and fuzzy feels that we normally do in a segment that we like to call Feel Good Story of the Week.
It's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again?
This week's Feel Good Story comes to us from jolly old England, where a 96-year-old former police officer, he was surprised by a visit from a PCSO, which if I remember correctly stands for Police Constable Support Officer.
Wow, that's a lot of adjectives.
Yeah. Anyway, so this PCSO let him sit in her police car. But here we go. This is where it all comes down to it. So Larry Smith, the 96-year-old former police officer, said it was fun to turn on the lights and siren again, and it felt like his normal routine, even though he retired more than 4 decades ago. The visit was arranged by Milford House Care Home in Derbyshire, where Larry lives. The former PC 240 Smith, who has dementia, said it brought back lots of memories. After serving as a police officer in the RAF, Royal Air Force, he joined what was then Nottingham City Police in 1948. Mr. Smith said one of his colleagues was usually the driver while he was, quote, the runner, and chased suspects to arrest them. He also remembered delivering 2 or 3 babies and received a commendation for one of them. Don't know why he owned just one of them. 3 is pretty good. Anyway, the surprise was arranged by Kirsty Swift, a dementia care coach at Milford House. She said, I quote, I was just having a conversation with Larry and he expressed he wanted to see a modern day police car, she said. She contacted Derbyshire Police and PCSO Bev Barnes visited 2 days later. Quote, he didn't know until he saw the car. It was lovely. Look at that.
Man, I gotta say, England has got something on that diet, man. Like, I feel like people only die in England, in the United Kingdom, from like murder, bizarre traffic accidents, and then like very old age. Like, yeah, no one dies before 98.
Yes. So, did you hear Susan died? Really? How old was she? 98. So young. So young.
Like, I feel like they're not using the walkers either. Like, maybe a cane at most, but otherwise they're just like, all right, fuck is all this about? Get off my lawn, you fucking punks, or whatever they say.
Yeah, the only time you can convince a British person to use a cane or a walking stick is because you have to say, well, it's also a weapon. It can double as a weapon. All right, fine. You've convinced me. I'll have it. Yeah, shout out to PCSO. I did get it. Where did it go? Bev Barnes and 96-year-old Bella Larry Smith, which it's always nice. Dementia is a horrible thing. All jokes aside, it's a very horrible thing. So it's nice, when these kind of things happen, and you can tell, obviously, myself, everyone. I think everyone's been impacted, unfortunately, by that horrible disease of dementia. But it's sometimes nice to know when these kind of things happen, they're still there. They're still there, and it's nice to have those little connections again. So, shout out to everyone helping out there. Salute.
Oh, yeah, we gotta do this. It's just, we're saluting the British. No.
My brother, he's in the Royal Air Force. He did try to teach me how to do it once, and I just kept fucking.
Yeah, so this is America, and this is England.
I think it's kind of like a 45-degree angle kind of thing. It's like...
Your brother would know more about that, but again, like, this is America, and then this is England. Something about showing the back of your hand for sure, because we get a smack a bitch.
Fucking show you the back of my hand, sunshine.
There you go.
Well, that wraps up another
fun episode today. Happy Lovers Day, y'all.
Yeah, happy Valentine's Day. Good man. Still to come this week, I normally ask Kush what he's got going on in Microdose, but I already know. It's me. I'm going to be talking about the Las Vegas Mega Bowl. With Kush. I'm pretty sure I don't have to get. I'm pretty sure we can say the S word, but just in case.
I get it.
Because they're fucking weird.
They are weird like that. However, we have no money, so they're not going to sue us. So it's okay.
Yeah, the Las Vegas Mega Bowl, aka the Super Bowl. We'll be talking about the actual game itself, the X's and O's. What were they doing? What did they play call? They have done that. They won the toss in the time. Oh, we'll be going into it. It's gonna be fun. So check that out on the Microdose. Just search Spotify, or if you're lazy, just go to bosnet.family and you click on it, and it will take you to where you need to be. You can follow me at OnlyMikeFish on Twitter. You can follow him at Chris Page on Facebook, and at Waffle Box on X. Oh, low flying helicopter in my area. Oh, it's going down. It's going down. It's getting a bit shifty outside.
No.
Breaking news.
Yeah, shit's going down. But yeah, so it's a good night from me. It's a good night from him. Lathan. What you could say? It's fine, folks.
Good night, everyone, and happy Valentine's Day. And if you're single, don't look at this as a negative or depressing day. Treat yourself. Turn the lights down low, put on some slow jazz music, maybe even light a candle or two. Then grab that hand lotion, boot up Pornhub, and go bananas. See y'all next week.
I mean, even if you're not single, it sounds like a fun time to me.
Oh my goodness.
But until next time, well, now the little catchphrase sounds disgusting. Take care of yourselves. And if you're at that type of party, each other. Bye for now.
That's all, folks.
It's the real deal.
Yeah.
Play me off, Johnny.